We are talking about a major issue in America today.
The fuck?
Gambling. Ben loves to gamble. He also loves to gamble with his life when he fucks with us.
So true.
Do you have a gambling problem?
If so, check this number right here.
I'll add the number in.
Your tits?
Yes, this number right
Made
here.
in the 70s, yeah.
Damn, old ass.
For help. That's okay. That's okay.
She's not talking about just the shirt made in the 70s.
It was a good year.
All right, so Ben, tell us about your gambling problem.
I don't have a gambling problem.
Yes, you do.
That's something an addict would say.
And that's why your phone is right here.
My phone's there every episode that we do.
Why is it always there?
Because in case I get a phone call or a text message.
No.
Is he a doctor?
Yeah.
Is he on call? Like, what's going on? Why?
Are you
why do
saving
care?
lives?
Yeah.
You
No,
are.
you're not.
Somebody needs to come save your
No
lives.
one needs you that bad.
Everybody
is that
needs
a
you.
threat?
No.
Because I think we could take you.
So gambling. I would say you can gamble a lot of ways here. Cards, Hard Rock, casinos.
Buppy agrees.
Guffey's like, yeah, gambling.
Dumbass dog.
I mean, is gambling healthy? Can you have a healthy habit? When does it become unhealthy? When it becomes a problem? Well, we already know that if you're broke or homeless and you're still gambling, you might need to seek some professional help.
You should probably stop.
But gambling altogether is not really a good thing because you are taking good hard-earned money and you're taking a chance by losing it. So why do you feel the need to gamble?
I do it for fun.
What's fun about it?
I don't do it for money.
Yeah, what
Is
makes
it fun
you
when
feel
you lose the money?
I don't bet like that though.
Do you get a high like, oh, I might win something? So
No, I know I win
okay.
because I do my research.
Okay.
I'm very detailed.
What does research look like for you?
I mean, I can show you on my phone, but I'm not allowed to touch it because you guys are. We have your phone right there.
But that confirms what I was saying earlier, that the reason why your phone is here is for gambling purposes.
No, I just have it up here.
Didn't you say you have it for plays?
What would I be gambling right now at 11:56 in the morning?
See, that's the thing about being a gambler. There are, places you can go where you can gamble 24/7. Vegas is one of them.
Well, no shit.
So
the Hard Rock is one of them.
And you know about it.
Everybody knows that you can gamble at the Hard Rock.
I didn't know that. You're
not a gambler.
Dumbass.
You know there's slots, right? That's gambling.
I don't know.
You know there's slots.
Yeah, there's.
You know there's 21.
You would know
roulette.
too, huh?
Wouldn't you? Do you know the names? Do you know the numbers?
tables?
Do you know the locations? I'm sure you do.
It's all the same fucking number.
I guess it is.
You're just trying to say something to sound smart. You're just digging yourself a hole.
She is fucking smart.
I'm smarter than
You have a
you.
gambling
She don't look it.
Listen to me, you dumb bastard.
Do you have a gambling problem in any form?
No, I don't. I don't have any unhealthy addictions
What do you do?
and or hobbies that stop me from being productive.
You do have an addiction.
To what?
We're talking about gambling.
This is not. I'm not gambling.
You're gambling with your life. That shit's bad for you.
It's not bad to the point where
It's bad for your life.
No, it's not because I don't do it frequently. I don't.
Are
drink
you
it.
shitting me? You don't do it frequently?
You
I do
admitted
not.
in one of our previous episodes you have a problem with.
And you guys have been perfect witnesses to see that I don't do it all the time.
No, I don't. I'm not with you all the time. But every time I'm with you, that's with you.
When's the last time you got it?
This morning.
Besides today?
Yesterday. Going to the office, I'm sure.
Tuesday you got
Wait,
it.
no. I didn't have any. Oh, okay, yeah, I did. But that's because, and I'll tell you why. At work, our coffee machine was infested with roaches.
Narcissist, can't take accountability.
No, Jamelia asked me if I wanted coffee, and I said yes.
So do you have a gambling problem with caffeine?
You could have
and
said
sugar?
you could have said no.
That's an addiction, and we've already covered
gambling's
addiction.
kind of
We're talking about
addiction, right?
Well, it isn't. Well, so then let's focus on that.
We're specifically talking about gambling, but you do have the addiction.
I do, and I've openly admitted it, but I am working on it currently. When you're a gambler, like some people, you don't work on it at all. You make like narcissistic excuses on why it's okay.
I'm just good though.
You're good at what?
I'm good at what I do. I'm good at football, basketball. I'm good at analyzing football, basketball, and baseball.
So you have good predictive abilities. Awesome. Congratulations.
Like I can
the lottery.
like I can predict me uppercutting the fuck out of you.
I wish you would. I wish you would, because that's a gamble. So go ahead.
You like gambling with your life,
flinching?
bitch, because I'm gonna fucking throw that shit right at your big ass head.
So this
Love
show
gambling
has
with this fucking life. Like, bro,
this show has become
we're about to square
fighting
the fuck
show.
up.
But anywho, about gambling.
Tell us why you think it's healthy.
It's not healthy. Who said it was healthy?
No, why? Okay.
Why can't you admit you have a problem?
Because I don't have a problem. I really don't.
What's positive about it? How about that?
The positive that you can win money.
To what extent, though? You win money, it's short lived. You're not winning millions. So, okay, fine. It perpetuates the cycle of you. Okay, you won once, so then you want to win again. So then it creates that habit.
The bad thing about gambling is obviously people get the high of winning, and they think, okay, I won this time, I can do it again, and blah blah blah, right? But here's the thing: if people win $1,000, they'll take that 1,000 and they'll put all that 1,000 on the next slip when you're not supposed to do that. You want to pay yourself. If you're winning $1,000 on one slip, give yourself 900 or 950, and then just bet the other 50 or the other 100. Like, yeah,
he has tips.
That's how it is.
Tips and tricks with Ben.
Anywho, tips and tricks.
Tips and tricks with Ben.
With Ben.
Tips for tricks.
Ew.
So you always
gambling with your health.
You always want to
gambling with his fucking cock.
Shut up. You always want to pay yourself if you're winning. It's a smart thing. And a lot of people, what they do is they're called parlays, where they enter.
Sounds like a gambler.
Shut up. Where they enter more than 2 legs on a slip. You don't want to do that, because the more legs you add on a slip, now you're just going by luck, because now you need 5 things to hit.
It's all luck.
Let me talk about this, because you don't know shit about
He's
shit.
the pro gambler. Let him speak.
Okay, please.
When you add more legs on a slip, you're going by luck now, because now you need, if you have 5 things, now you need all those 5 things to hit for you to win money, versus a straight bet where it's just one thing. The straight bets aren't as sexy because a lot of them aren't.
Always throwing gambling terms.
They're not as many. The odds aren't as favorable, or the odds are favorable, but the odds aren't. The payout isn't as sexy as a parlay.
It kind of, is the lottery sort of?
Yes, that's gambling.
Yeah.
Okay, so wow. So then I can see.
So
why
what are
that would be
forms of
bad.
So you have obviously betting, and then we have the lottery, we have the casino. What would be other terms of gambling? Like, I like to collect Pokemon cards, but I feel like
That's not gambling.
But you don't know what you're going to get in the package, and I keep buying more, wanting to find better ones.
Yeah,
so that's a form
in the
of
definition.
gambling. Yeah.
In the definition.
I want to keep buying it.
See, I don't think that's gambling, because you
have accountability problem.
Because you're doing a hobby that you're collecting. Gambling isn't a hobby. I don't put gambling in a hobby.
Think
it can be a hobby.
I don't think so.
Then it would be, if it's not a hobby, then it's a habit. Because it's something that you do strategically and repeatedly.
When I was big into gambling, I did it back then. I did it for the money, because I wanted to win, stuff like that.
Okay.
Now, if I do gamble, I'll bet like $1 on something, because I really don't care.
I thought we were going to stop.
How old were you when you first started?
A leaf.
Gambling?
He did say that.
Yeah.
He did say that.
I did turn a new leaf.
And then
you just said
you said in the new year,
a little bit.
that you wouldn't do it.
Yeah, it's here and there. It's not like I do it every day.
Interesting.
What compels you to want to gamble?
It's not compelling. So I actually like doing the research on stuff. So if I don't know who you guys know in sports wise.
Nothing.
LeBron James. You guys know LeBron James. Okay. If I'm doing research on LeBron James on how many points he'll score tonight, if his line is set at 21.5, meaning 21.5, he has to go over 21 points. I do the research of, okay, how has he been the last 5 games, 10 games? How has he done on the road versus at home? This against this specific team, what has he done in the past? How many minutes has he played? Was it injury? Were his teammates injured? A lot of research goes into props, and that's just one person. If you want to do his teammate, you can do the other team that he's going up against, and that's just basketball. And that's what I think there's 32 teams in basketball. You still got 32 teams in the NFL. You still got, I think, 30 baseball teams, pro teams. You got you got hockey if you do hockey. You got tennis if you do tennis. Yes, you can bet on anything, but the research honestly takes time. I used to, when I was heavy into gambling, I would start my research like around 9 p.m. because that's when lines would sometimes drop. And I would stay up till about 2 or 3 in the morning. I would wake up because my alarm would wake me up at 6.
That is nuts.
I'd wake up, shower, and then I start researching again before I would clock in. And then while I'm at work, I would still research.
Oh my God.
Because it takes like people, there's 1% of people that do it, that make a living off of gambling. Because they built enough wealth so they can quit their jobs and they do it full time.
You would want that, wouldn't you?
No. Because that's too much, only because at that point, I think it's more about now this is your livelihood. I wouldn't want to depend on an athlete to make me money.
On probability.
Yeah. I'm secure with having a 9-to-5 job. That's a steady paycheck. My pay is never going to decline.
There's no risk involved because you know that it's going to come if you do what you're supposed to do.
I work my 80 hours. I get paid, and that's it. If LeBron James gets injured in the game, there's some betting books, they don't give you a second chance. If they get injured, your bet's done. DFS apps, which are like, I'll show you, it's like Sleeper, Underdog, all of them. If your player gets hurt, like in the first half of the game, they'll refund you the money. But on a lot of books, they don't do that. And so,
it's really risky, though. No, it can lose a lot.
It's always a risk because you're dependent on somebody else. Now, I'm not saying that I'm perfect and I miss there's plenty of bets that I've missed, but I like doing the research. I like looking at the analytics of things and numbers and telling, my friends or whoever, oh, this is what I like. This is what I'm taking. You guys can do the same thing. Like I have a group text where it's like a handful of us and
you're gay boys researching other men.
And we talk bets.
What I'm saying is that if you acknowledge that gambling is a negative thing or can be incredibly negative or detrimental to a person's livelihood, why would you engage in something with such a high risk?
Because I'm not in danger.
You feel like you're in control.
Yeah.
Was there ever a time where you were not in control? Where you were really losing a lot of money?
No.
When did you start gambling? How old were you? And why did you get into it?
When you say gambling, are you talking about cards or are you talking about just sports gambling? Because there's two separate things.
Well, I mean, pick the one that you've sustained enough loss there that it's worth mentioning. I
mean, probably sports gambling.
Okay.
But I started playing like cards at like 16.
Wow, I can't believe that gaming,
like blackjack and poker, and
gaming can also be a gamble as well. That's crazy that can
gaming, like video gaming.
Well, yeah, I mean, I know some people who want to do that as a livelihood. Do those streams and stuff like that.
Yeah, I mean, but
that's a gamble too.
I don't think. Yeah. Okay, is it a gamble that you're taking a risk to do something as far as like trying to make money in a different route that some people don't understand? Maybe that's a gamble, but okay,
like going into business for yourself.
That's a gamble, but it's not this type of gambling that we're talking about. Right. It's not sports gambling or poker because you're in. I know when people say, "Oh, I'm a sports gambler, so I'm investing." I don't think you're investing in anything because yes, you may get a return out of it, but it's not the same. You gambling on sports looks more down upon than you investing into a startup business that you want to do.
Because if there is no guarantee of income, then you're putting a lot of your hard-earned money at risk. You don't get anything if you lose it.
Exactly.
So
that's why I like doing my 9-to-5.
I mean, it's really smart to do the 9-to-5 because at least you have some stability. And we can go into the whole 9-to-5 being just a paid slavery. You know what I mean? You can actually look at that. Everything is a gamble. You can gamble with the job that you choose, and you have no what's that called? Guarantee that you can keep that job forever.
Security or whatever.
Job security. That's what I was looking for. So, I mean, I guess everything in the definition of gambling is gambling, but
what you eat, what you do, how you work out, like how much weight you're working out with, it's a fucking gamble. You may hurt yourself.
Yeah.
But you guys are talking about different
We're talking about
different
the textbook gambling, like using it as a verb, as an action word. But what you're talking about is the practice of gambling your money on something and letting it get out of control to the effect that you lose your house or your car. Or, I mean, I've heard crazy gambling bets, like people put their businesses or, you know,
those are the people that have addictions.
Crazy.
Those are the people that are far behind. They're trying to get back up. Like I was in a Discord, and I don't want to name the person because they're in reality they're a douchebag and fuck them. Hoove, yeah, fuck you. Anywho,
oh damn.
So I was in their Discord.
If you're watching,
and so they're called ambassadors or they're called sports cappers. You know, the people who place the bets and they tell the Discord, hey, tail this play, right? And they'll tell them. And there was a couple of them that if they lost every bet in that one day, they would try to find something to recoup that money. That's called chasing your loss. You never, as a gambler, you never want to do that. It's a shitty day, eat it up, go move on to the next day. That's
high stakes gambling.
That's what you're supposed to do. That's what you're supposed to tell people. You're supposed to tell people also learn how to manage your units. A unit is, so say you bet $1 on something. Your unit is $1. That's what it is. You always want to manage your units, so you never want to chase your losses and things like that. Some people don't understand that. They just want that. They like I said, they put a whole big parlay together to get 100,000 odds and then try to put $1 to win $100,000. You don't want to do that shit. Mm-hmm. Do something simple. Like I said, for me, gambling, it's when I used to, nowadays, it's more of a hobby. It's more of a, okay, I'll put something here today and then move on. I don't even check on the slip to see how it's doing because it doesn't bother me anymore like I used to.
I gotta say something. I'm gambling with my asshole right now because I really have to shit.
You are so tied to your tummy, girl.
I am. I had coffee.
I did too, but I'm so immune to it. It doesn't have the same effect.
So if I punch you in the gut,
it'll just come out the other end.
Gamble right now. Oh my god.
No, but seriously, I because I'm following the path that I am following. When I was going through my financial problems, I made a mention in group in church. I was just like, can I gamble? Can I just like play the lottery? No, and they were like, they literally was like, we can't even advise you to do it. You know,
it's considered a sin because you're putting
your faith.
You're putting money. And you're putting money before God.
Yes, you're putting your faith and your trust in something other than God. So, but that's crazy. You know, like you can't even do something like a healthy gambling.
I have a friend. Okay, now let me ask you guys. Okay, you because you go to church, you because you don't. I have a friend who she's a big Christian, right? And her husband, he gambles and things like that. But as a guy who loves football, we do fantasy football, right? Mm-hmm. I'm sure you guys know what fantasy football is. Okay.
Yes. Gambling.
Some is free and some like with our mutual friends, we'll say, hey, $10 to enter this, blah, blah. She considers that gambling.
It is.
How is that gambling?
Are you putting actual money in it?
Yes. To win something at the end.
Yeah.
But we're not putting money every single time. It's just one time and that's it.
It's kind of like playing a video game.
Yes.
So I don't know if I would consider it gambling.
If there's no finances involved, then yes, it's a healthy, playful thing.
I've entered 2K tournaments and Madden tournaments. I didn't consider that gambling because it's a tournament.
Yeah.
But there's money involved.
So are you saying that professional athletes, are they gamblers because they're getting paid to play sport to win a trophy at the end? And if you win that trophy, you get incentives. Are they gambling? No.
That'd be like us going to work to possibly get a raise, but we're going to continue to work every day. So I wouldn't consider. In my opinion, I don't think like fantasy football, fantasy whatever. No, because it's like playing tournaments. Video games. I buy games to play them.
I guess that in that respect, I guess it's kind of in that gray area.
I know you're gonna watch this episode because we talk like every other day. I know you're gonna fight me on that, and you're gonna call me Ben. This is gambling. Shut up.
Put your comment in so that we can discuss it. But
she never comments. She never comments.
Well, then call him and then he'll tell us what you say. But my point is, it's just that it is that gray area. But I think that when we're looking at gambling, we're looking at the worst parts of it, where you're actually losing a lot. Like if you're not in the position to gamble or let go of money, and you're doing it, then that's when it becomes problematic.
Yeah, you shouldn't. you shouldn't be asking people for money so you can gamble.
Right.
And you shouldn't be gambling money that you don't have.
Right.
In hopes that you can win to do shit like that.
But if you're also in a different moral standpoint, like if you are a Christian and you do go to church, you're not supposed to gamble just by church doctrine alone. Church dogma says that you're not supposed to gamble. So that's just a morality standpoint. But when you're coming out of morality and you're getting away from, religion, and just on a personal, if you and your family are struggling financially, you're not supposed to take your hard-earned money and put it into something frivolous. Now, I get it. There's a 50-50 chance where it could be lucrative, but for how long? And that's where the dangerous slope comes in, because you don't know where that road is going to lead.
We're going to have a dangerous slope if we don't end this episode.
You can pause it.
We can end it here.
No,
I was going to say,
and we can have a part 2 if we need to.
We need to.
We will.
We do.
We will.
Punk bitches.
Until then, I want you guys to
shut your bitch ass up.
I want you guys to give us your thoughts, your comments, like, share, and subscribe. We love you so much. We're ending it quickly so Sierra's ass can be relieved.
I need to go to the toilet. Thank you for watching. Love you.
Bye.